Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the indie eyeshadow palettes that I own, which ones I like the most, which ones I don't like that much, and which ones I wish I owned, but I don't. But if you're new here, hello, my name is Carla and I am a makeup enthusiast who loves to create looks and have fun with the makeup that I already have. I occasionally buy and review new products for you, but the main focus on my channel is to use and create videos with the makeup that, like I said, I already own. And hopefully I can inspire you to do the same and go through your own stash instead of buying every new launch that, comes out every week or even less, because there's launches almost every single day, I feel. So if that is something that you're interested in, don't forget to like this video and maybe subscribe to my channel for more content around eyeshadow palettes and project pans and all of that. I also got some requests about doing multiple looks, one palette, and shop my stash, which I used to do, and I kind of stopped during the summer just because I got busy. But I think that September is a really good time to go back to it with the new season and all of that. So again, one more time, if that's content that you are interested in, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel for more. Alright guys, now let's go ahead and get started. I did not count how many palettes or indie eyeshadow palettes I own, and let me tell you, indie eyeshadow palettes, it's not a subject that I am super familiar with, or as familiar as I would like to. I feel like whenever I started with my makeup journey, I was more focused on like drugstore. And then I started getting into high-end. And now I am starting with the indie makeup and realizing how, that I've been missing out this whole time. Because, let me tell you, I feel like the most beautiful shimmers I've seen come from indie eyeshadow palettes. Mattes, not always are the best, but shimmers, I cannot deny that they are something else. There's something special, that's for sure. So let's talk about the first one that I have here. This is the one that I have on my eyes, and that I am pretty sure that this was my first indie eyeshadow palette. And I am talking about the Hela by Oden's Eye and Angelica Nick Biz. This palette, I remember I tried it last year whenever I purchased it, and I was not a big fan of it. The colors were not blending. I had so much issues. I did not like the look that I created, and then it just, that particular day, I remember having like not the best day. So all in combination resulted in me not liking this palette a whole lot and not trying it again until recently, whenever Amy Melissa and Erica Ashley did their monthly bingo palette, and they used this palette for it. By the way, they have monthly bingo palettes, and they open the collab for everybody else to join. So I had this palette, I saw it, and I was like, you know what, let me join. And if you are interested in watching the video, I'm going to put it up here in the cards. But I was not expecting to like that look so much, but I absolutely did. It was my absolute favorite. And if you have watched my previous video where I talked about the eyeshadow palettes that I have not used or touched at all, I said that this is one of those that I had used one time, and I definitely wanted to keep using it so I could have a better opinion on this, so I could put it in my yearly ranking that it's coming up in December. But this is a palette, and this is, like I said, this look that I am wearing today, I created it with this palette. I used Moss for my crease, Ouroboros, I have no idea how to say that, but I used this one on the outer corner, Venom on the center of my eyelid, Golden Bridge on the inner corner of my eyelid, and for inner corner highlighter, I used double-sided. And at first, let me tell you, I was not very happy with how this turned out, and it was because of one color, Venom. This green right here. I was not happy with it, but now that the whole look is, completed and stuff, I do think it's pretty. I do think it creates a really nice transition between the Golden Bridge to the Venom to the Ouroboros, or whatever that's called. So far from the look that I created last time and this time, this palette, I have changed my mind. I have definitely changed my mind on this one. It's absolutely beautiful. Quality wise, I think that also those mattes are really good. I'll say this though, and I think it's pretty normal. The shade Suit, this one right here, it is not the easiest to work with, but so are any other purples. Rarely a purple shade it is easy to work with. They usually take some time, so I am not surprised. But for example, with these greens, it was a breeze. So far I'm definitely liking it. I am going to create one more look with this one. That way I can have like a better opinion on it. And I think that the next look that I will create, it will be with the pinks. I will use the Hela, Goddess, and Hellfire, although I'll say Goddess is also not my favorite shade, but I will create something with those shades. That way I can say that I used most of the palette. But I think that, we'll see. I have something in mind already. But I'm not going to say anything because that might be part of another video later on. Anyway, and I also feel like I have not used these ones over here. So definitely I still need to try on this palette a lot more. That way I can form a more solid opinion on what I think about this palette. Not only because of color story, but you know, quality wise. Shimmers have been nothing but beautiful. They are definitely not the most impressive shimmers that I've seen. I definitely think that there's other brands that have the best shimmers, or you know, at least what I've seen, but I'll talk about that later. So yes, this is one of the palettes that I own. We'll count them. This is number 1. Also, they are not in any particular order. I'm just talking about palettes that I have. And this is also, I hope this does not come across as me showing off or anything. Not at all. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I am just, you know, showing you what I purchased and what my opinion is on those things. That's pretty much it. Next, let's talk about, this is another, what is it called? Another Oden's Eye. I have 3 from Oden's Eye, and one of them was the Hela palette, and the other 2 that I have here are also collabs. This is the Oden's Eye with Makeup Just for Fun. I think her name is Amanda. Amanda for Makeup Just for Fun. And this one is the Flora Story. I have used this palette. I have used every single shade in this palette. I have a 5 looks 1 palette with this video. I'm also going to put in the description box down below if you're interested in watching that. But this palette, it's also a similar color story. You get greens and you get purples, but you don't get the mossy greens or you don't get the pinks over here. It's just greens and purples. Let me take this off of here. And this is also another very nice palette. Same thing here though. This purple over here, the orchid shade, it's not the easiest to work with. But again, I don't think that any purple is easy to work with. So this shimmer though, the Misty, oh my goodness, Misty and Lush are so beautiful. Let me show you. Let me show you real quick. This is Lush. Like, look at that. I don't know. It is so, oh, of course, it shows weirdly. I don't know. It is so pretty. Oh, camera doesn't do any justice to it, but it has like some sparkles in there that look kind of between purple and pink. You know, those purple sparkles just go very well with the rest of the palette because the palette of course has purples, and this one is the this is the Misty shade. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's just so sparkly, absolutely beautiful. It almost looks like you have, you know, something glossy on your eyes. I don't know, it's absolutely pretty. So yes, I don't think you can get this palette anymore though because it was a collab. I think that there's only 2 that you can get, and I think that one of them is the one that I have here, and the other one I don't own that one. I kind of want to buy it, but I'm not. But yes, guys, just look at those shimmers. Again, like I said it earlier, I do think that indie eyeshadow palettes just have very good shimmers, and this palette is no exception. Not all shimmers in this palette are the best, but those 2 are definitely some of my favorite, along with this one over here called Dawn. But the one thing though that I've learned about this Dawn shade, it's very similar to the one in the Hela palette, and both of them have a very similar shift, like to, you know, not pink, but let me put it on my finger, but kind of like a yellowish, goldish shift. It's only whenever you put it on top of something else. This is the one from the Hela palette. Of course, here looks here looks a little bit different. It kind of looks pinkish, and then you get a little bit of, I don't know, blue, orange, like goldish peachy. And but like I was saying, it's only whenever you put it on top of something else that it does change. See here, I look at it and it looks green. I wish I had a mirror with me, but I don't. But yeah, let me put the other one over here. This one is from the Flora Story palette. So one of them, it's a little bit more pink. The other one, it's a little bit more golden. But if you see them over here, one of them, of course you cannot see it, they both look between green and yellow. The one from the Flora Story leans heavier on the green, and the one on the Hela palette leans more on the yellow. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I don't have the words in my mouth today. I'm so sorry. Of course you cannot see the shift over here. I tried, guys. I tried. I'm sorry. But you're going to have to take my word for it. But yes, but both of them, like I said, over here, of course here it looks very pink. Of course here it looks very pink, but if I look at it over here, it looks very green, and this one looks more like on the golden peachy, and here it looks very yellowish. But both of them like have a very similar vibe to it. So not the same, not dupes, but pretty close to one another. Now the next palette that I have over here, it's the Sea Talk palette from Oden's Eye and Lauren May Beauty. This palette, guys, I have not used it yet. I have not used it. This is one of those palettes that it's on my pile of palettes to use, and hopefully I'll be getting into this one soon. I think, you know, I've gotten so many ideas from you guys, and thank you so much for all the comments and all the ideas that you have been bringing into my comment section. I will definitely make sure that if I take any of those things, there's one in particular that I read and I was blown away by it. So whenever I do that, I have not commented back to that person. Just so you know, I usually respond to my comments on Saturday whenever it's the day that I have like most free time to just sit down, read through the comments, and actually respond in a meaningful way to you. So if I don't get to your comment like very soon or anything, please don't think anything that like I'm not reading them or anything. I am. I just like to sit down, read through the comments, and actually, you know, making sure that I'm responding it more than just like a thank you or, you know, just a smiley face or something. Like I like to actually try to engage and communicate with you guys. So but like I said, I read one comment and I thought that idea was just amazing. But I did read that a lot of you wanted me to go back, and I say to go back because I used to do Shop My Stash in Multiple Looks One palette, and I kind of just stopped from June, July, and this month of August. Like the last 3 months, I have not done it. No, wait, May. I didn't do it in May either, so that's 4 months. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I will get back to it because it seems like a lot of you guys want me to do Shop My Stash and Multiple Looks One palette, and if that is something that you're interested in, I will be more than happy to record those for you, because it helps you and helps me use the makeup that we have, and it gives us ideas. Anyway, this is the palette that I am from Oden's side. I have not even swatched it, guys, but honestly, I don't want to touch it until the day that I actually am going to put it on my eyes. That's how I am with palettes. Like, I don't like to swatch anything unless I am putting it on my eyes. But this color story is absolutely fabulous. Like, I would have never thought about this, to be 100% honest with you. But I am so excited to play with the purples. This shade over here, Electric Kelp. Oh my goodness, I want to play with it. And these iridescent shell, and Mermaid Scale. Those are also shades that I want to play with so bad. Let's go ahead and move on to my definitely absolute favorite so far in this like pile. This is a palette that I've used probably the most. I've created multiple looks. I've created the 5 looks one palette, and I have also done looks on my own that I absolutely adore. My favorite eyeshadow look comes from this palette, and I am talking about this Sugar High from Menagerie Cosmetics. Whew! This palette is absolute perfection. It's a colorful eyeshadow palette. Okay, I love colorful eyeshadow palettes, and this one, it's incredible. Let me clean my hands so I can show you those shimmers. Those shimmers are to die for. And I also got a single like multichrome from them, but it's hidden over there. So my favorite shades over here, it's all of them, okay? All of them. It's just so pretty, but there's one look in particular. Let me start here and then here. These are my favorite, and also that green. It's just the blues. The blues are not my favorite, but I'm not a blue person, okay? It has to be a specific shade of blue for me to like it. So let's go ahead and get started. This one is that pink. It's very pretty. If you put it on top of like the purple matte, it looks like lilac-y. And then this one, it's also very very pretty. It's like, just look at that. The punch, the amount of pigment in everything on this shimmers, it's absolutely stunning. It's like, you really, boom. You only have to do it one time and it's there. That red is not as shimmery as the rest, but it's still a very pretty shade. And then, ooh, this one right here. Also very pretty. Look at those colors. Just stunning. And let me put on also the green, because that green is also so beautiful. It almost makes me want to put it on top of these, because I feel like that green, it's just better in terms of how shimmery it is than these greens that I have on my eyes. Let's see. Look at that. Woo! Now those are shimmers. Those are shimmers that only indie brands know how to create. Let me do the blue. Let's do the blue also, just because we're here. Okay, but this is the blue. That blue has a little bit of a shift to like purple or indigo. I mean, it's not bad, but it is not my favorite. And it's just a me thing, okay? I am not a fan of blues. But this shade right here and the green one right here are my absolute favorite whenever it comes to those shimmers. Now let's talk about the mattes. The mattes are not my absolute favorite. I think that they can be a little dry and you have to like build up and build up and build up to get the intensity that you want. But it's good because if you're a beginner, that means you're not going to struggle and you're not going to get all, they don't get patchy. Also, they do not get patchy. But this one right here, it does stain. So be careful. But this palette, guys, is just absolutely beautiful. I really, really like it. It's one of my favorite so far. I think this one was in my top 10 of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from 2022. Like, that's how much I like this palette. So they still have it on their website. This was not like a limited edition or anything. If you have been interested, I definitely recommend it. Just know that the mattes are a little bit dry and they take a little bit of build up for them to be really, really intense. But those shimmers are everything. Now let's talk about another eyeshadow palette. This one is a Halloween palette and it's called Freakin Bats from Shroud Cosmetics and Batty Bean. It's an absolutely beautiful palette. Let me show you. Here it is. Look at this. It's just your absolutely beautiful Halloween grungy vibes. This, now, I don't know about you, but I do think it has some similar colors to this palette. Let me show you. Could it be possible that I have like repeated shades or something? Of course they are different brands, but let's look at this. So we have some greens and we have some purples. I do think, let's see, let's compare since we're here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of dairy. Oh, of course, see, this is what I'm talking about. That pink, no, it wasn't the pink, it was the red, I think. That red and that blue, they stain. All right, so this is, let's see. So this is dairy from Shroud Cosmetics. And now we're going to try soot from the Hela palette. Okay, not 100% dupes, but I feel like on the eye, nah, they're not gonna look the same. One is definitely darker than the other, but you would still get a very similar vibe from both of those shades. Now, let's talk about the next one that I think could be a dupe, and it's the Troppa shade with moss. Yep, Troppa and moss. Let's try that. So this is Troppa. We're gonna put the Shroud Cosmetics at the bottom. Troppa right here. Ooh, look at that. Okay, let's see the moss shade. Moss over here. Let me clean my finger. I'll say this. I think that the Shroud Cosmetics formula feels softer than the Oden's Eye. So this is moss. Okay, close enough, but not quite. And as you can see, I feel like Shroud Cosmetics has more pigment than Oden's Eye. Still cute though. Let's see. And I think there might be one. No, I was gonna say I think there might be one more. I was gonna say Handbook with Golden Bridge, but I doubt it because Handbook is 100% like a lime green, and Golden Bridge is what it is. It's a golden, and I don't think Fluorescence. Let's try Fluorescence, but I doubt it. Yeah, they're not similar at all. This is how they look. This is Fluorescence, and this is Handbook. So Fluorescence is from Oden's Eye right here, and Handbook at the bottom. Yeah, well, no, very different. Definitely Fluorescence, Handbook is way more green, like I said, than Fluorescence. But, you can definitely get, if you have this palette, even, okay, Adams is definitely more blue. Let's try it though. Adams, this is Adams, like the green shade. I think this one is a little more blue than the Oden's Eye one, Arboris. Like, look at this. They are not similar at all. But I do think that you could still get a very similar vibe. So this is Arboris. And this is Adams. Oh yeah, no. Not at all. Again, you get similar vibes. Not the same. But I feel like at least these 3 shades up here would look almost identical on the eye. Minus the screens down here, that's definitely a no. But do you see the difference in pigment though? The mattes on Shroud Cosmetics are more pigmented than the ones on Oden's Eyes. But I'll say this though, with more pigmentation comes a little bit more difficulty whenever it comes to blending. But those colors are very pretty. I don't know about you, but I do like them. And like I said, I only created one look with this palette last year, but I absolutely adored that look. It was so pretty. I 100% want to recreate that look. I have a series planned for Halloween, or not for Halloween, but for like the month of October. We'll see how that works. But stay tuned for that. Again, this one, really cool. I definitely like it. And as you can see, those mattes are soft, are pigmented, but they are a little bit harder to blend though because of how pigmented they are. You definitely gotta work little by little. Now this other palette is also from Hallobean. It's called Hallobean from Shroud Cosmetics and Baddie Bean. I have not used this palette, but it is absolutely pretty, and I cannot wait to use it this year. Just look at this. Look at this beauty. I cannot wait to use this Black Flame shade because this is like a multi-chrome. I don't know if I can show you over here. I don't think you can see it, but ooh, it's very pretty. And I've seen that shade on a like black base and it is absolutely beautiful. This palette, because it's new, I'm not gonna be swatching it, guys. I'm so sorry, but I just will not. But I cannot wait to use this Crypt shade in this. It's Showtime, and that Black Flame shade. Oh my goodness. Yes, I am dying to use this one. Like I said, I have a whole series planned for the month of October, and hopefully you're around for it because I'm going to be using 100% palettes like this that are from previous years or previous collections, and I may or may not buy a new one. It all depends on how, if something comes out that really stands out to me and it's not something that I already have. But like I said, if you want to watch that, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for that because October is around the corner. All right, let's talk about the next. Okay, I have 4 more, and this 4 I have not used either, so we're not going to be swatching. I'm sorry, guys. This is it's that's the way I am, okay? I don't like to swatch if I have not used them. But I am talking, but then this next one that I'm going to talk about, or the next 4 that I'm going to be talking about, they are all about the same brand, and it's GlamLite. GlamLite, and this one is the Scooby Ruh-Roh Raggy palette. And oh my goodness, guys, like, look at this. This, I kid you not, I think it's the same as this. Almost the same palette. I feel like it's a little too bright. There you go. I feel like it's almost the same palette. Just this one is a 10 pan, this one is a 9 pan. This one has that dark green shade, which this one does not. But let me tell you, these mattes are stunning. But I look at the shimmers on this one, and I think that these shimmers are just 10 times better than the other ones. We will see the moment I try it, how they compare, and if I like this shimmers better than the other one. I cannot speak about the mattes. I mean, mattes look about the same. But those shimmers, I am not going to lie, I like how this ones look better than this ones. So I'm curious to see which palette I end up liking better. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see like a comparison of this one with the other one, or if I can kind of like not dupe but create the same look on both eyes with both palettes and see if they are, you know, not gonna say a dupe because a dupe means it's cheaper. Well, this one is cheaper. Yeah, this one, it was like $20 and the other one was like $38. So I guess, yeah, we could consider this one a dupe, and it could be even a better dupe if these shimmers are better, but it all depends on the mattes too, though. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see that video, and I would be more than happy to create that for you. I do think that GlamLite, if I'm not mistaken, I do think that they still have this one available, and I do think that Shroud Cosmetics also has the Bad Bean palette available. Now let's talk about the next one. This one is the Crips and Crawls, same collection, the Scooby-Doo first round, because they just did the second one like in June, I think, and it was very pretty, but I did not purchase that one because I already have this, you know. But this palette over here, guys, this is me. This is like colors, grungy, just I want to use this palette so bad. And those shimmers, again, they just look so beautiful, so sparkly, so I just want to put them on my eyeballs and glow all day, every day, you know? It's absolutely beautiful. But again, I have not used it. This, though, this is a kind of blue that I think I would use because I could just make things darker with it. And these two are just, I don't know, but I just want to use this palette, okay? I definitely want to use this palette, and I hope I could get my hands into using this soon. Again, because of the theme of it, I think I'm going to include it in my Halloween or October series for Halloween. So make sure that, like I said, stay tuned. I feel like a broken record. But I'm sorry, guys, that this palette, so I'm not swatching them. Again, I just don't like swatching stuff that I haven't touched, but I am so excited to use these ones. Now let's talk about the last two, which are my newest palettes, like the last palettes that I've purchased recently, and these ones are the Barbie palette from GlamLite. And let me show you how this palette looks like on the inside. I think somebody commented about some colors being very similar to the Barbie one, but I'm not sure. I do remember reading a comment. I'll get back to you and I'll check on that. But look at this palette. It is so pretty also. I think that maybe they were talking about the Scooby-Doo one in this one. I can see some similarities. Not 100% a dupe though, because I don't see the turquoise colors in here. But I see these two colors, and they're not even that intense as in the other one. The other one, they are definitely darker. But this palette, it's very pretty. I like the whole Barbie vibes. I see that shimmer wants to break. I'm not gonna let that happen, but I am very excited to play with this palette. I love all of the little Barbie symbols over here. The shimmers also look very pretty. I do think that these pins are smaller though. Let me check. Yeah, definitely the pins in this one are bigger than this one, as you can see. I'm just putting them side to side. Hopefully you can see it right there. But they are a little bit bigger. Just a tiny bit though, not a whole lot. But it could be that maybe these ones are deeper, you know? And maybe they have the same product. I don't know. But yeah, this palette, guys, absolutely beautiful. I also cannot wait to play with this one. I think that I'm gonna create like a summer look with this one, and I will create a video on that and everything, like just like a summer look, period. Looks for summer, I don't know, something like that with that palette, and that way I can use it. And maybe I don't like, let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see like a full face tutorial or just an eyeshadow tutorial. I'm having difficulties, like, I know some people have said in the comments that they would like to see more tutorials, but whenever you say tutorials, like, do you want to see a full face or do you just want to see the eyeshadow part? Let me know. That way I can create something that you are interested in again. Alright guys, sorry, I feel like I'm getting very talkative and very not so much fun because there's no swatches. I know. I'm sorry. But the last palette that I'm going to talk about is the GlamLite. This one right here. I don't remember what it's called, but it's this beautiful palette right here. And I am so excited because I got this for $20 whenever this was like 40 something, I believe. And it's just the most, oh, it's called Ice Cream Dream. And it's the most beautiful pastel and colorful eyeshadow palette. Look at this colors. They're just absolutely amazing. I love this lime green. I love this pink. I love this mint chocolate. It's called mint chocolate. I don't know. It's just this mango shade. You have no idea how much I've been wanting for a very bright matte. Yellow matte. I have other yellow mattes, but they are not as vibrant, and I have the feeling, again, I have not tried, I have 4 GlamLites and I have not tried them yet, but I have the feeling that these mattes are going to be really gorgeous, and I hope they are, because I am just looking at that mango shade and I just want to put it all over my eyelids, you know? Also, look at this beautiful shimmers. I just love how, for example, here, it's like all pink, and then you get this 3 here. I don't know, like how the way that they put the colors all together, I feel like it's very cohesive, and it just makes it easier to create either a monochromatic look or something like within the same family. For example, here you can add the that purple into these pinks, or here you can add this green into the purples, which looks absolutely beautiful, or here you can add a little bit of like bluish purple-ish with this green tones. I don't know. Here, just add that yellow into this. Here on the top, it's a little bit more difficult for me to see things because I really am drawn to this part of, like, the bottom half of the palette. But, guys, it's It's a very stunning palette and I just want to use it. Like I can see myself using this during spring so much, and also during summer, because these colors up here are very summery colors. But I just want to use them. I just want to use them. And here's the thing. I feel like sometimes, every time that I want to use an eyeshadow palette, I want to create a video with it, and I don't always know what to do. But you know what? I've been neglecting my Instagram, and I feel like I could do like a shorts. Just a little tutorial in shorts. Take pictures and make sure that I have like, you know, a post with the eyeshadow palette first, and then multiple looks that I've created with that eyeshadow palette, which is something that I'm actually doing right now with this Hela palette. I did not do a reels, not at all, but I've been taking pictures and making sure that the previous look that I created with the bingo palette, this look that I have, and the next look that I am gonna create, that I have pictures, so I can put them on a post, blah, 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 give you also inspiration through Instagram and photos if that's what you want to see. Then I should also do like step-by-step pictures tutorial, you know, like, oh, this shade on the crease, this shade just on pictures again. Yeah, okay, I'm talking to myself at this point. I am talking to myself and giving myself ideas at this point. I am so sorry for all the, you know, unnecessary information about my maybe plans on Instagram and YouTube and all of that, but those are my plans. So if you want to tag along, if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Also, you can go and follow me on Instagram if you are, you know, I wish I could say I'm more active on Instagram, but I'm not, guys. I really am not. I should, but I'm not, because I'm managing now 2 different Instagram accounts. I am managing the makeup one, and I also started a teaching one. If you don't know me, if this is your first time here, I am a teacher. So I started doing like the whole teachergram. So that's been a little bit more complicated, but I'll say this. That account has grown faster than my makeup account, which is kind of, I'm not going to say frustrating or anything, not upsetting. Surprising is the word. It's been surprising that that account has just picked up faster. It's still not at the same level than my makeup account, but in terms of how many days has it taken me to grow it at the time where it is right now, it's nothing compared to how long it's taken me to grow my makeup one. I don't know why I'm giving you that information, just in case you were interested, I guess. Alright guys, let's wrap up this video because I feel like I'm just talking nonsense at this point. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of your time today to watch this video. If you are still here, thank you so much. You are the absolute best. And if you like this video, if you like indie eyeshadow palettes, or just in general, if you like eyeshadow palettes as much as I do, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification button so you don't miss any single one of the videos that we'll be posting in the very near future. Like I said, I'm gonna bring back the Shop My Stash and multiple looks with one palette series, so if that is something that you are interested in watching, like I said, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell notification button and all that jazz. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. This needs batteries. Come on.